All right, well, we're back in Seaside with the Godfather Fisherman's Wharf, Mr. Anthony Lucido, and it's April 10th, 2015. We just got done last week interviewing your parents. That was amazing. Thank you very much. Your father is an
They enjoyed
absolute riot.
He's a big ham.
They did. They talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. I'm glad they had a good time.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about Italy, and more specifically Sicily,
Right, that's where I went.
and a trip that you made there. So,
Right.
by all means.
Okay, my wife, I was married to my wife Joy, and she decided we're going to go to Sicily to meet my family. My mother and father were born in the United States, so they had never been to Sicily. My grandparents came from the same town in Sicily, which is San Vito. It's about an hour from Palermo. So we get there. I had met two of my cousins from Sicily, Simone, and what the hell was her name? I can't remember the girl's name. So anyway, we go to Sicily. We got a time-sharing thing that we were going to stay for a couple days, and we didn't like it. So then we were going to go see Joy's family first, and then my family. So we went to, we landed in Palermo, and it's about, I guess, 5:30 at night, just about getting ready to get dark. And Joy says, they're going to rob us. They're going to rob us here. Because, you know, we're carrying suitcases so they know you're tourists. So I said, don't worry, I can speak Sicilian, so I stopped this guy. And I tell him, where is this hotel? It's all Sicilian. And he says, don't leave. It's too far for you to go. I'll get you a cab. And now for sure Joy's going, oh, we're screwed. He's going to get his buddies. We're done. I said, don't worry about it. About 5 minutes later, here comes a cab, picks us up, and he takes us to the hotel. So we're going to go all the way across Sicily to where Joy's family is from. So the cab driver tells me, I'll pick you up in the morning because you don't want to take the train because it's too dangerous. So I said, okay, that's fine. So he picks us up the next day. And we're going now to San Uvento, which is across where all the Greek pillars are. So on the other side of Sicily. So he's going about, I don't know, the speedometer was buried. And he's talking as we're driving. And it's all two lanes. One will go in one way and one coming the other way. And I looked up at this, and we're flying. And I said, you know what? I didn't have my seatbelt on. I figured, what the hell's the use? The fast as we're going, it ain't gonna matter if I put it on or not. Anyway, we got there. We meet Joy's cousins, and they take us in, and Joyce, who was a florist, goes and buys a bunch of flowers and makes her cousin a nice big bouquet. And we go to their house, and we had a little hotel room because we stayed there, I think, 2 days. And we ate, and they took us to the fire. They have like a farmer's market and everything. So now her cousin tells me after a couple of days, he says, well, so now I'm going to go see my family in San Vito. And he goes, how are you going to get there? I said, I'll take a cab. He wants, so the cab driver wanted like $150, $200 to drive me from there, American money, to San Vito. And my cousin, her cousin says, my chauffeur will take you. You don't need no cab. So he drove us from Agrigento to San Vito. So I gave him a couple $100 anyway, because I gave him to him, I'm going to give it to somebody else. So now I meet my cousins. I had met the two, and they were introducing me to the rest of them. You saw my father. If you see his cousins, you'll think it's my father. That's how much they looked alike. I mean, the resemblance was unbelievable. To my dad and his sister, it was amazing. I could not believe it. And even Joyce said, if I saw that man walking up the driveway, I'd say, your dad's here. But my father never met him. He's never met none of his cousins.
Were your parents with you for this trip?
No, my father won't go. He just doesn't want to go. As a matter of fact, they called him a couple times. We called him, and they told him, why don't you come? The toilets are in the house now. you know, get him. He won't go. He's afraid he was going to get sick. So, okay. So now I'm in San Vito. And I get meet all my cousins. Okay. So I wanted to buy, Joy wanted to get some gold earrings and whatever. And I tell my cousins, we want to get some gold stuff. We went down and looked at the stores and stuff. And they're real expensive. So they tell me, Sicily, where'd you go, stupid? Says, you got a cousin that lives in Trapani, which is about an hour from where we're at. And so we'll call your cousin over. You got a cousin that's got connections over there. Trapani's a big city in Sicily. So we call, okay, tomorrow we'll take you. So we go over there. We drive up this whole building. And you know the old days, when the speakeasy days, when they had the phone and they talked to the phone to let you in? My cousin gets on the phone and this is such and such. Beep, you hear the door buzz open. Now we get inside, we go in an elevator, we go upstairs. There's a big glass mirror. They can see you, but you can't see them. And then they see you and they buzz you in. And my cousins told me, let us do the talking. You just tell us what you want and we'll take care of it. Make sure you get a good deal. I mean, if you thought there was going to be a fist fight up there, the screaming, the yelling, the fighting. And matter of fact, it got to Joy picked out what you wanted, I got what I wanted. And they came to a point where it was time to pay. So my cousin says, the guy tells my cousin in Sicilian, my wife's purse was open. And he says, she's got more money in her purse. He sees the money in the purse, and my cousin told him, and that's what's going to stay, in the purse. And it came down to, we'll give you a box. So all that hassling, I mean, I bought pieces that were priced here for $3,000 for $300. You know, but they told me, you don't go to the jewelry stores. That's for the tourists. Then I had a friend of mine, Chris Palmer, who was working with me. He was the manager, the owner of the restaurant at Wharfside, and he wanted me to find him some Italian shoes. So I'm same deal. I'm walking around downtown, going to the shoe stores, $100, $150 American money. So I say to my cousins, I say, hey, how come this stuff's so expensive? I can buy these shoes in America for what you guys charge. And again, they told me, where'd you go? I said, downtown. No, you don't go downtown. You want shoes? We'll take you for shoes. Go to some guy's house, go in the garage, same shoes that are $150 are $25.
Wow.
So it's not what you know, it's who you know. And make you laugh.